goal.
Dabble Point. A Stuttering John Melendez roundtable discussion.
Welcome to Point Dabble Point, a weekly discussion where we get caught up on this week in Stuttering John, going on dates with fat chicks, and make phone calls to the FBI and LAPD every day. I'm Karl Hamburger from Who Are These Podcasts, and with me this week from the Uncle Rico Show, Shuli Agar is here.
Thank you, Karl. Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you, Shuli. Even better to see from Once Over with Kaylee, Lucy Tightbox is here.
Hello. It's lovely seeing everybody.
In studio with us. This is very exciting.
Very.
And then from OJ in the morning, Obnoxious John hanging out from Steel Toe Studios. What's up, OJ?
Hey, Karl.
Hey, good to see you, man. We might have another guest joining us later, but this panel is exciting and excited. I can tell, I can feel it. I can feel the energy because so much going on with John this week. John left the internet and then came back for a political show on Sunday and said, guys, I'm not engaging with this Dabbleverse shit anymore. I'm too good for this. I'm over it. I'm too smart for it. And OJ's never been funnier.
Sorry, man, I'm a little high. You're just making me laugh. The whole look, OJ. Sorry. Go ahead.
OJ's never been funnier than he is today on this show. So John came back on Sunday and said, you're only going to get political shows from me from here on out. Just Sundays, I'll be on here with Ojeda and Brian Karam, and we're just going to talk politics. And then Wednesday, he saw a tweet from Muttering Jay and went, holy shit, I have to get back on the internet. And then today, he comes back on the internet. And today was fantastic because he's got a new target in his sights. He has decided that Chad Zumock needs to be knocked down a peg or two, because Chad's up there. Everyone's praising him so much. John's like, I can't have this. Chad's doing too well in the Dabbleverse. So John even declared on the show today, I was just watching it, that, not only was he prepared to do a little takedown on Chad, we'll talk about that, but he said he's going to be back tomorrow to continue it. So John's decided, okay, everyone in the Dabbleverse is beating me, but there's one guy I could probably take down, right? Probably Chad, I would imagine. So he's decided that's his new mission. So we're going to see this new feud of Chad versus John, and I'm here for it. I mean, you go through my history, and those two fighting is the greatest thing that could happen for WATP.
And it's going to open a couple of new doors for us, I believe, because one of the things John said was one of the things he threatened Chad with was apparently Chad shared some information about one Jim Florentine. And that was a threat from John that I haven't said anything about it, but now all bets are off. So that may bring in somebody like a Jim Florentine into the Dabbleverse who, wouldn't have been in here otherwise.
I can't imagine Jim getting involved in this.
No.
He wants nothing to do with any of this sort of
Neither
shit.
can I, but God, it'd be great if he did.
It would be fantastic if we could get Florentine in here because, John was saying some bad things about Jim. He's like, oh, what are you open for Jim Florentine?
Right.
And he went through the whole thing again where it's like Florentine only had 30 people at his show.
Oh, the best was he goes, you're opening for Tosh. He goes, he hasn't done anything major in 15 years. And I go,
oh, no.
He's saying that? That's insane.
What an idiot.
That's
really
insane.
stupid.
Yeah.
If you go on Tosh's YouTube channel, you might notice, Chad, he's got a few more views than you do on his shows. But I don't know. But that's not where I want to start. Also, I should remind people, we do have the super tip system on this show. supertip.gg/WATP. What you do is you go to that web URL in another tab and another browser, and you can go in there, and when you either give a super chat or you can do the AI voice that reads your super chat for you, what happens is we get more of the money. It doesn't go to YouTube, which is nice. I know my buddy Cardiff is not a fan of YouTube right now. OJ, have you talked to Cardiff at all?
Every time I call him, he's eating.
Yeah, he's a fat fuck. Cardiff. It's such a fat motherfucker. It was on full display at TableCon. Everyone's just like, Jesus, this guy's fat.
It's too fat.
It's too much, really. So it doesn't go to YouTube. It goes to us and Melton, but whatever. Well, don't worry about that part of it. And it's a fun system. So try that out if you want. Supertip.gg/WATP. And of course, your super chats are always appreciated. We'll definitely get to those later on in the show. But where I wanted to start today was with something that John tweeted. Now, I don't see John's tweets. I'm actually not on X all that often these days. But I actually got a phone call from a guy in Detroit who went, God, did you see this tweet John put up? I'm like, no, I didn't. he was flabbergasted by it. And then I went to Dabblers Anonymous and found it.
Oh,
And John tweeted out, I am booking Celebrity LA Comics for a charity event benefiting young people with cancer. If any of you want to do a set, please DM me. If any of my celebrity friends want to donate a signed item to help with our silent auction, please hit me up. Laughter is the best medicine.
Oh, what an asshole.
Now, a couple of thoughts on this, because I did discuss it, I think, with Mike Geary this week. We were talking about it. And my original theory was, this is a troll to the trolls. He wants the trolls to be like, oh, John's doing another cancer scam, and we're going to get him, and he's such an idiot. And John's one of those guys, like Chad Zubak, who will just lie about something, and then if you believe him, they go, ha, pranked you. Okay. It's not really a prank, but I mean, you just said something. And then
Have
it
you
wasn't
heard his
true.
Trump phony phone call? I mean, that's a better prank than the prank call. So
That's much better than the prank call.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah.
But the other theory that I think Mike came up with, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. We'll go around the room. I don't want to filibuster the whole time. The other theory is that he's trying to get back into Oscar's good graces. Is it possible that Oscar has a friend with cancer or something? And so, he says young people in this post. Is it possible he's trying to do something to show Oscar what a great guy he is to raise money for young people with cancer? Shuli, what's your take on this?
So I heard a theory that this is something he's joining in on, that it's originally being planned by a former writer of The Tonight Show. So I think while he is trying to make himself look good, it ain't for his kids. I think he's trying to find some sort of exit, maybe back into writing, exit out of the Dabbleverse and back into writing. It could be bullshit. Today, he actually promoted one of the comics that was going to be on the show. I don't know if you saw it. But
I didn't see that.
No, me either.
Who did he promote?
Yeah, he said I have a lot of people that I'm talking to, a lot of celebrity friends, and then he held up a picture, not the poster of the Reno gig. So
He did
has
do that today too, but yeah.
He has all this memorabilia around him at arm's reach, and he pulls up a picture of him and Albert Brooks from The Tonight Show.
No.
So, Albert Brooks, let him know you guys are excited to see him at this benefit, man. That's a huge get.
That's a good get, man.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know the chances are. Lucy, what do you think's going on here?
I don't necessarily think that it's trolling the trolls. I think that he sincerely thinks that he's doing it, and when he fails at doing it, that he'll go, ha, you guys bought it. So he'll
Right.
act like it was trolling the trolls.
Okay, so
I don't believe any of it.
your thought is he thinks he's going to pull this off.
Yes.
But it's always good to have that fallback plan of I didn't even want to pull that off.
Yep.
OJ, I know you don't like to talk much, but you have a take on this?
No.
OJ,
I
come
just
on.
want to know what Shuli's sending for the silent auction.
Don't worry about it. Silent. Mind your business.
Well, no, he did
yeah.
talk about a charity event a couple months ago. It was supposed to be for a cop, and he was going to come back and do stand-up. So he's obviously doing it in LA for his kid. Like, if he is doing why would he be doing a charity event in Florida? There's kids with cancer in Florida, John.
Yeah, but there aren't celebrities in Cape Coral except for me, and I'm not there right now.
But also keep in mind, his kids aren't in LA.
None of the kids are in LA right now.
Right. So,
So,
I
Yeah.
don't really get the Oscar argument. Like, I don't understand how that is for Oscar.
well, okay. The only reason why or Mike or whoever came up with that did so is because I've heard from my insider. We all have our insiders. We get some inside knowledge, and some of it turns out to be spot on. Other things are speculation, it turns out. But I heard that when John stepped away from the internet for a week and a half, he was desperately trying to get in a relationship going again with Oscar, who was, moving into Harvard around the same time.
Okay.
And I believe that's probably true. It's the last, from what I've heard, it's the last kid who really talks
That's
to
not
him.
what I heard.
What did you hear, OJ?
I heard he was banging Vietnamese broads in the Key West.
That was my favorite thing to happen this week when John goes, I'm going on a date with this black chick. And then he was like, all smug about it. He goes, "Oh shit, I made believe I had this Vietnamese girlfriend." He goes, "Yeah, well, what happened was, she's going back to Vietnam for 2 months, so."
No, it was better that he goes, she has to go back for 2 months for an illness in her family.
Yeah, illness in the family, but she has a planned 60 days to be there for an illness in the family. I don't know how that works. So none of it made any sense.
No.
But I actually have some clips from today's show talking about the date that he went on. I guess that didn't go well. But
Surprise.
he has
Not
these...
his fault.
No, of
It
course not.
never is.
Of
Yeah.
course not, OJ. He has these canned bits that he does. I think it's from his stand-up set. And so get ready for some hilarity. John starts his show off today talking about this fat chick he went on a date with. And he's got some good jokes here.
I remember once on Match, the girl said she was curvy. When she showed up, she meant one curve. She was built like a fucking basketball.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was athletic. She meant speed eating. But yeah, so of course she ordered she ordered a pizza pie.
So he tried to do 2 jokes and then laughed at ordered a pizza pie.
That was
Yeah.
the best joke.
What is
What?
speed eating?
I think he means like competition, when you're like
Like that there's a hot dog.
nomming on
eating.
Yeah,
hot
like 20
dogs.
Yeah,
hour
like-
hot dogs.
Could have been more
Right.
specific. I've never heard of speed eating before.
But this just goes to show how important a guy like Byron Allen is to setting up comedians for their stock bits. When you don't have that guy there helping you sell, this is what you get. This is the Byron Allen show before the cameras are on.
I love when John goes into his stand-up set, though. It's so natural. You can't even tell.
I don't know. I think that of the jokes that he has told since he's been back, these are probably 2 of the better ones.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, there are 2 that don't have to do with Bruce Jenner. I can tell you that.
he
that
can belch
helps.
and it's funnier than any joke he's told. So, yeah.
Well, we all know that.
The whole time driving there on the phone. She was 30. But no, that is known to me as a caser. It would take me at least a case of beer to ever have sex with her. So.
Takes you a case of beer to get through your day. What's your point, John? A girl can't be offended if you have to drink 24 beers to hang out with her. You have to do that to watch TV.
Yeah, tell me again how important Oscar is to him, real quick.
Okay, yeah, all right. You're making some points.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I've just been striking out with these fucking Bumble dates or whatever, Tinder or Hinge, whatever it is, because they never look like themselves, ever.
Wait, didn't we find John's profile and it was a super old photo of him?
I was just going to say, we need a more updated version of his profile.
Someone
now.
found his profile and it was very funny. It's like him
Yeah.
and Jay Leno or something.
Cardiff, Monday night on Potato Soup on Rumble.
Uh-huh.
We'll be going through John's Bumble and Tinder profiles. I've got them all. Or he's got them all.
Excellent.
I can't
And I'm giving
wait
it to him.
to check that out. So, do you know anything about Cardiff's situation? So Cardiff is off of YouTube. He's over on Rumble now.
Yes, he's on Rumble for now. He's waiting, pending an appeal with YouTube. And poetically enough, I believe what got the channel taken down was John's naked ass.
That's
So
great.
it's fair.
That should not be on YouTube.
It's fair.
Normally, I'm mad at YouTube. I don't like the way they police their
Yeah,
network.
they were right
but
this time.
yeah, on that one, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't. No one should have to see
Potato
that.
fucked up.
That potato's an idiot.
Yep.
You want to see his info on his Bumble? I
Oh,
have
yeah.
it here.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Yeah, we have all this stuff. This is just his little information sheet. He's like, I'm a divorced father of 3, have wonderful kids, charmed life, Amazon with sorry, hold on.
That'd be funny if his Amazon wish list was out there. If
With
you don't
the-
want to go on a date, I could use some new pots and pans.
With amazing obstacles to overcome. I've written for many shows, including The Tonight Show, and have published a best-selling book. 5'8". He went up in height now. He's 5'8".
Okay.
Yeah, undergraduate degree. Does he drink? Sometimes. Yeah, okay. No, man, Catholic. I'm looking. Long-term relationship. He's into writing, baseball, rock, and beaches. And no smokers. No smokers.
What
He
kind
doesn't
of
say no fat chicks.
No, he doesn't.
So that's his
into
fault.
beaches?
And no current photos either.
Okay, I was going
ironically.
to ask. So there wasn't a photo.
Hold on. Let me see here.
I thought I remember seeing it that it was a very old photo. Of
This
John
is the
was probably
only
in his
one that I
40s.
see that's somewhat current, and this is on Tinder.
Okay.
There you go.
So weird that we're looking at this guy's.
No.
Whoa.
That's the most current one.
Wearing an Obama Biden shirt.
Right. But look, he's got.
Okay, so that's pretty old then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is with
Come on.
Leno. Yep, of course. Oh yeah. Look at these photos.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
He's mad at the
Let's go.
girls.
Right. There he goes. Here's another
Wait,
current
was that him
one.
with his black friends?
Uh-huh. Well, just one.
Wow.
He's got
Yeah.
to show himself from all angles.
Yeah. So
Pretty incredible stuff.
there he is in all his glory.
All right, so I don't know if you've heard this. Shuli, John's come up with I was going to say John came up with this, but he actually did, and the super chatter did. A hilarious name for your network now.
Oh, yeah.
He's told Kevin Brennan to start using it. He really wants everyone to incorporate it.
Yeah.
And so this is him from today's show talking about that.
I should just bleed the shit where you're at, or you know, the guy that's the host of the Sandusky Network, the guy that allegedly knew and still employed him and plugged that he was going to be at DabbleCon too after he knew he was arrested for child porn. That's the fucking Shuli crime syndicate.
Yeah, John, think about what you just said. Why would Shuli do that? Why would Shuli say, and guess you might be there, ESO, knowing that he's about to be convicted?
Yeah. Well, I like suspense. I wanted to make it, just have a lot of drama in the air for that weekend.
I'd love to understand, and we were talking about this, I think I was talking about with Mike Geary this week, where the people who are saying that Shuli knew and was trying to cover up for him, like, what's in it for him? What are they trying to accuse Shuli of? And basically it comes down to is like, well, Shuli obviously also enjoys CP, or else, otherwise the argument doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. I like that people go, well, he was still paying them. I go, I don't even want to pay the people that are here now.
I didn't think he paid anyone. That was the rumor I heard.
Yeah. You think I'm going to pay somebody that hasn't been here for over a year? There's no way.
I heard ESO was famous in that community. You were hoping to sell some extra tickets.
Oh, that could be it.
We
Maybe he's
were
doing
planning
some backdoor deals.
Some all ages shows. You're right. Yeah, you got me.
All right. I want to hit a couple of super chats and some super tips coming in. Thank you very much for your generosity, everybody. Starting with Drunk Engineer.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. Our channel going to live on. It's going to survive. Today we celebrate our... Hey, is that a delicious cum sandwich?
Carter's getting distracted over there. I'm not even sure if I can play AI Carter.
Yeah, I wouldn't play that.
Yeah, that could be very dangerous for our whole operation over here. EFS says, glad to see OJ's first appearance on PDP. Actually, this is OJ's second appearance.
Yep.
On point.
Yeah, but I was really high the last time.
Yeah, you really blew it last time, OJ. I didn't want to tell you, but I was just like, smoked so much weed beforehand. You can't do that.
Knock, knock.
Who is it? I'm not paying for it. I'm not signing for it. In fact, I'm not here. Joyce, hide the pork. Get back under the bridge.
It's Esso. I need to use your computer for totally legitimate purposes.
Everyone, please be mindful that we don't know the trauma that a young Esso experienced to create such a monster. His pain obviously manifested into a man collecting CP like it was Yu-Gi-Oh!
No. He should expire by an infection from a blown out and shredded O-ring. Oh no. Sorry, Karl. My voice got your channel taken down.
It might. We got to be careful with that for sure. See how fun the super tip system is? It's a whole conversation of people who will never talk to each other in reality.
It's
But on this
amazing.
show, they do.
I'm raising money for a beloved swinger. No reason. Just need 10% of 20,000.
Oh, God. This Aaron Imholt thing that broke yesterday is incredible.
Whoa.
Wow. He wasn't on today. I thought it was Rumble Friday.
Oh, it's Rumble
He's
Friday, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cardiff was on the front page for about 8 hours.
Right. Yeah. You were taken right off of that shit. Warrant out. If you don't know, Aaron Imholt, Steel Toe Morning Show, has multiple warrants out, one a felony, one a gross misdemeanor, for sharing nudes of Nick Recade's wife with Gino Bisconte. And I reached out to Gino and asked him if he could do WATP tomorrow, but he's not available, unfortunately. So I was going to have him describe the photos in a lot of detail. Even though in the police report it's described in a lot of detail. You know where tattoos are located. You know a lot of things about these nudes that were sent around. So that's fun.
I mean, what's with all these photos and the Dabbleverse? Everybody just fucking do a show and mind your business.
Right.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with them?
Detective Cardiff here. I'm investigating who got my YouTube channel canceled, but first I must guzzle this bucket of cum.
That's what Cardiff would say. All right. I believe that. All right. Adam Davies, $10 says, can OJ ask Cardiff if he's aware that the guy who played the DJ in Detroit Rock City was convicted of the same crime as ESO? What did the potato know, and when did he know it?
Damn.
I'll ask him.
Okay. You want to text him while we're doing the show so you get an answer back? Okay.
He said he didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hold on. Let me get that off the screen. How do I do that, I wonder?
What, the word cock meat or sandwiches?
I'm raising money for a beloved swinger. No reason. Just need 10% of 20,000. I'm raising money for a beloved swinger.
All right. We heard you. We heard you. Wes Little,
We
$5. I just want to hear Karl say cock meat sandwiches. Thanks. No problem. Ray Perbutt, $2 says happy Labor Day from myself and Mrs. Perbutt. Okay. Thank you very much. Happy Labor Day to you. Old Craig, justice for the potato. Yes. Justice for the potato.
Yeah, you're right.
Nancram, free the tater. Ooh, a lot of support for your buddy Cardiff on here, OJ.
He's an idiot, but yeah, he appreciates the support.
How do you know that? You just text him?
Yes.
Okay. Rick from New York, $2. Jesus. Lucy, what are you doing to me? Hashtag Imus for life.
Hi, Rick from New York.
Do you like Imus fans?
Sure.
There you go. It's that easy. Gino Bobina, $5. Karl, you sold out. Your show was to rip podcasts. Not to be friends with Shuli and pound on John. The Sandusky Network has plenty you can goof on. Ah, Gino, you got me.
I like that name better than the Crime Syndicate one because we don't have to change any of the logos.
Correct. Yeah, it's still TSN.
But you know what? My favorite was the Sandusky Brothers Network.
Sandusky
Can
Brothers.
we talk about that's the best one? That's what you should go with.
We're doing a heating and air conditioning business. That's a great name.
Why did he say brothers?
It's the best.
I don't know.
So
They're not
stupid.
related, but they stand Dusky brothers.
All right, OJ, pipe down. I know I was telling you to talk earlier, but I was wrong. Scalzo Photo, $5 says, did you hear the allegations about Cardiff Electric? Worse than you can imagine. Oh, should I distance myself from that potato?
Definitely.
I didn't know that. Clench My Cheeks with £5 says, YNWA Shuli. What did you think of Slot? Sorry, off topic.
Soccer talk, guys. Sorry. Thank you, Clench My Cheeks. I like Slot. I like the way we're looking. We're going to kick Man U's ass Sunday. Let's go.
Love it.
I tried to keep it as quick as possible.
No, it's I don't mind soccer talk on this program. I've been yelled at.
Well, you have changed, man.
On the Drew
It's
Lane
great.
show, I've tried to do some soccer talk with them, and I get yelled at when I do that. 1971 Puffy, $50 super sticker. I like the looks of that.
Yay, super chat.
Thank you, Puffy. It's very much appreciated. Gino Bobina, $5. Shuli, why do you block super chatters? You say John is thin skinned, but you never see someone so soft. But never seen thin skinned, but never seen someone so soft. Why not take on all comers like the Duke? Well, the Duke definitely
like the Duke.
blocks. But Shuli, you want to address that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't block anybody. I'm busy doing the show, but if people are getting blocked, 90% of the people we block are Vince's accounts. So, hi, Vince. Sorry you got blocked.
Probably true.
Yeah.
I will say there are people who are disruptive.
It's just like, all right.
Chatting and enjoying the show sometimes.
Right.
But H is for Heretic, $2. Oh, hey, Tightbox.
Oh, hey, Heretic.
Ed Torian, and we're not going to start the oh hey thing on this show, are we? Ed Torian, $2 says, Lucy, have you ever put an S-shaped penis up your rectum?
Not up my rectum.
Good answer. Good answer.
But
'Cause that's
it's
on
been
loan.
everywhere else.
Because that's on loan and I want it back. Zach Hoffman, remember for 6 months, says, everything I see John's hair everything I see, John's hair, I can't stop thinking of Creed when he stole the ink out of the printer. Hey, OJ Electric, haha, nice move, Deke. I don't know the reference of Creed.
In The Office, in the show The Office, Creed, they thought they were looking to skew younger in the Office, so he put ink toner as the dye in his hair.
Not with arms wide open.
Yeah, that was the Creed I was thinking of. Big Daddy Dodo coming in with $5. Lucy is looking delicious as usual. Shuli, not so much.
Thank you, Big Daddy Dodo. And thank you again for the shirt. Amazing.
And one more a couple more for Lucy. Why not? Ed Torian says, I see Lucy as being truthful there. Very good. Can you do Ed Torian's voice, Shuli?
Have you ever farted in your hand and smelled it? I can do a little, Have you ever called Omarosa the N-word? Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a little bobcatty, but
all my impressions are a little,
Yeah.
She was deceptive on that. She was deceptive.
DPM, Lucy is a Cape Coral 6 and a Rochester 11.
That's why I love Rochester.
Yeah, you're killing it here. You really are. And T.O. Hank, my boy T.O. Hank. Hey, OJ, can I get that $100 I lent you in Largo? Venmo, PayPal, StreamYard, MySpace.
Nice try.
I guess the answer to that is
I wasn't in Largo.
No. I guess it's not going to happen. All right. Let's talk about on Wednesday's show. John fields, some questions from people like he does. He's not doing it as much these days, but he's getting some questions. And someone wants to know why, he's been talking about us getting arrested, FBI, illegal phone calls, LAPD, all of this stuff. And it's like, nothing's happened. What's up with that?
Thanks for the $5. For 2 years, you've told us people going to jail. Repeatedly, no one has been arrested. Wahapa. Phil Doe was arrested. ESO has been arrested.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with anything you've ever talked about, though.
He did that.
I was going to say, did he plant the CP on ESO's computers?
Sounds like
the universe is such a John fan that they, systematically one by one, starting with producers, start arresting people. Phildo was arrested. We all know that before he ever worked here. But
right.
All right. But that's okay. It fits the story. What are you going to do?
So I think that John just said that because he's stupid. And then he just says the first thing that comes to his mind. And then he realized oh, that was dumb. So now he's got to actually address the real question here.
Thank you. I can't help it if the FBI and LAPD, are sitting on their hands. I can't force them. I've called them. I still call them.
Oh no.
So what are you guys doing?
So what are you guys doing? All right. So this reminded me of a very specific scene from South Park.
Chief, there's a big problem. What is it? We've got a code red emergency call on 911. It's Karen. Oh, not Karen again. Jesus Christ. Yes, Karen, how can we help you this time? Okay, first of all, I know what it means when you call me Karen, so you can just knock it off. Secondly, my neighbor's kid is over here at my house.
So that's all you need to know about John harassing the LAPD. I'd love to hear those phone calls, much more so than the Kate Meany phone calls. Yes. I want to hear him calling LAPD.
How many times do you think he said, I pay your salary?
Oh, for sure.
Well, we looked at what he put up on his show, and I don't know if you caught this, but first of all, he filed it with the wrong department. He filed it with the Internet Crimes Division, which has nothing to do with the taped phone call. That's number one. Number two, he had already got his driver's license in Florida, set up residence there, but on the FBI form, put his address as Los Angeles. 3 different forms, 3 different fake addresses.
So that's probably not great.
Well, a source close to TSN who was unfortunately incarcerated for lying to federal agents said, "Yep, they got me for 5 years, so watch out." So that I won't name names. Could have been. I don't want to say who, but basically, it's not a good look. And of course, Dummy does it to himself. He posts. Nobody said, but if I can just bring up for a second, he's on today screaming about how could I stay away when the biggest story in the Dabbleverse is going on?
Right.
If you remember that Wednesday show, why did he say he came back? He said he came back because Muttering Jay told him to come back.
Right. Muttering Jay put out a tweet that he watched and decided it was a smoking gun.
Well, my theory is Muttering Jay got into quite a DM back and forth with John, begging him to go on and help him because he's getting destroyed on Twitter. So I think those two, him just popping up on that Wednesday, that's damage control. That's John and his ally. Damage control.
Okay. You might be onto something. This is what you're talking about from today's episode.
But this is going to be a very special show because, the whole Sandusky network, I know it seems boring to you guys. This is the biggest Dabbleverse story. The big.
Why would he say, I know this seems boring to you guys?
Right. And remember, he was back doing the political show when this story was already out.
It was already out for, 6 days. And he comes out and he goes, I'm above the Dabbleverse. I'm not talking about it anymore.
Yep.
And now he's going on and defending the fact that he's talking about it.
Yep.
Which is hilarious. This is another thing from Wednesday's show that I wanted to talk about.
I know you hate Shuli, but think for 1 second, what would he gain by keeping Iso employed or hiding this? By the way, didn't Muttering Jay get you fired? First of all.
I like when he buys himself time, first of all.
Right.
He's pretending he knows what he's going to say right now. He has no idea. No idea what he's about to say. So let's find out what his reaction is to this.
What would he gain?
Yeah. All right. Still buying yourself time. First of all, what would he gain?
This?
Yeah. Pretty good question, I would say.
Iso was the genius that came up with Uncle Rico.
Actually, the person who wrote Napoleon Dynamite is the genius that came up with Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
It's not a genius thing to connect those two dots.
And Karl, you remember whenever I would do WATP and you say, you want to talk about John? And I go, Iso, what should I do? And Iso go, don't do it. And I go, all right, thanks, Iso.
And then Iso goes, as soon as I figure out the name of your future show, then we can start ripping on John. Give me a month or two. We'll get it.
Right.
All right. So that's the first place he goes to, because in John's world, that's the most damning thing, that Iso came up with that name. And therefore, can you imagine if people are using that name? How many kids are getting hurt on a date every time you guys go live? How many children are getting hurt because of that, Shuli?
Yeah, you would think you'd be more upset about 6,000 images of innocent children rather than
that's the
name
horrific
of the
thing,
show.
not the Uncle Rico show. Yes,
right.
All right, so that's the first he comes up with. What else has he got?
Iso, he would gain ideas. He would gain people pulling clips for him. He would gain content. Are you an idiot?
Yeah, OJ.
Well, Carter just sent me a joke.
Oh, good. Okay, what do you got?
More kids get hurt from John doing a show than Shuli. 3.
Very well done.
That's a great
Can you
joke.
get in trouble for reading a joke that Cardiff wrote?
Most likely.
Someone's going to get in trouble for it. Oh, boy. So now John is claiming that Iso was so valuable to your show. And meanwhile, this is the same guy who admitted just the other day he had no idea that there were other producers outside of Frog. He's like, I didn't know there was an Iso and there's, Andy and all that stuff. He has no idea. And now he's going, but Iso's the only guy who can pull clips, who can play these things. Like, no, there's been a bunch of people who have done that. It's not that valuable of a skill.
Yeah, that's not the most difficult skill in the world.
Yeah, you ever notice how there's like
lots of people
15 channels that just do that of all these shows? It seems pretty doable, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
by themselves.
right, OJ. And when Frog came in, he did things differently, and he started putting together, kind of packages and stuff that we have now. And I loved it. I thought it was fucking fantastic. It was something completely different. Iso was essential in getting started. That's I didn't know how to do any of this shit, and he was the one that helped me get it all.
Iso was a whiz with the internet. That's
Boy,
that's one thing you can't take away from him.
Maybe I should have focused a little more on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I'm not good on the internet. So
Hey, you're moving to Alabama. You know, if you need to still buy weed, there's this thing called the dark web, and you can find anything that you want on the dark web. I was like, huh?
Make a left at CP.
Yeah, how do you
Go
know
straight
about
down the
this?
hallway.
Because you sound like one. And yes,
I like that John has the worst explanation ever. He's like, well, yeah, of course he's going to stick up for a guy with CP on his computer. He was pulling clips from my show. It's like, what are you, an idiot? How dumb are you to not realize that?
it's for him. He would gain content. Are you an idiot? Because you sound like one.
Well, he is an idiot. He just gave you $5. So you might be onto something there. No, I'm kidding, Count Connor.
And yes, Muttering Jay, it was a tweet that did get me fired for the summer of 2023.
He was fired for the summer from substitute teaching. John, we're not going to teach you for the next 2 months. Oh, so I guess I'm fired. No, just no classes. That's all.
You know what? When I quit Macaroni Grill, they fired me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't there, and they fired me. And
Was that last week or this week?
It was 2 weeks ago
Okay.
before Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's and look at the stammering and the stuttering and the tripping over the words, because he has to think, well, where was I at with this bullshit story? What
Right.
can I throw out right now? Am I fired? Was I not fired? Was I suspended? Okay, I was fired during the summer. Great. Good save.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you guys do. That's what you guys do. Because you can't beat me here. So you got to just try and beat me doing nefarious bullshit.
So the guy goes, Muttering Jay, the reason why you came back to the internet today is also the guy who got you fired. He goes, yeah, that's what you guys do. No, that guy is your buddy. That's the guy that you're championing over here. We don't get you fired from your school, John. We never do.
Yeah, ironically, your ally got permabanned off of Reddit for posting pictures of children, and you're okay. Oh, I like that. He goes, I don't really believe that. He goes, I don't believe it.
Oh, what's going on with Muttering Jay? I don't follow the Muttering Jay stuff.
Well, yeah, Muttering Jay was permabanned off of Reddit for posting pictures of my kids, and the story goes that those are the same pictures that John got when he said multiple times that he has pictures of my kids, talked about one of my daughter's her body. Like it's
Jesus. Okay, so that leads me to this clip, also from Wednesday's show, that the fact that he has to say this is very telling.
I don't have any pictures on my PC of Shitway's kids.
Okay, neither do I.
Someone text me a picture of his kid on my phone.
Oh, okay. As long as it's not your PC.
I was about to make the joke there on my phone, and then he actually did it.
literally what he says. How dare you accuse me of having digital photos of Shuli's children on my PC?
It gets worse.
In the cloud. Not
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah, no, it does get worse.
But I don't have it. I deleted it, but it wasn't a naked picture. That's for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't Brett Hatley. So.
First of all, who brought up that you have naked pictures? Nobody said naked.
No one brought that up.
That's a little weird to just run in there with that information.
Yeah.
So I know what pictures he has. I know for a fact that account was banned off of Reddit for posting them. It's been posted in Discords. Like, there's some sick fuckers out there, man. It's usually the ones yelling the loudest about it.
So I have John going after Chad today. Clay Dabbler came on his show.
Oh my God.
There were some epic failures of Clay trying to go on that show, which is always funny because he's like, he comes on, he's all shot out of a cannon. You see his mouth is moving, and he's just muted, and he's just yelling his rant. He was all like prepared for it. He was all practiced up and rehearsed, and then just fails miserably. But before we do that, which we'll get to just in a moment, I want to hear from you fine folks.
Aaron went on his show making fun of Raikeda for being a criminal. Now Nick is getting off and he's got a warrant. What an idiot.
Well said, KP. That's very accurate.
Shuli, thank you for helping me install cameras in the art studio bathrooms. We have to keep the kids safe.
Thank you, Johnny Bukaki.
That's very funny.
If Esso could pleasure a woman's body the way Audiophile America can pleasure a woman's body, he would pleasure a woman's body instead of watching CP.
Probably.
That's the first time I've had a super tip compliment themselves
right.
with
Plug.
the person that they're using. It's kind of funny, though. Our boy Purple. Remember hanging out with Purple this
Purple's great.
couple weeks ago at DabbleCon? Made the trip from Florida.
Legend.
Boom! That fat fuck potato just got his channel nuked. All for showing a movie that stars my big butt. Skull!
Detective Cardiff here. I am very sad to announce that my YouTube has been terminated. I am devastated.
You speed these up, Moody?
I assume full responsibility. I need to go drown my sorrows with the only thing I know. Slurp, slurp, slurp. I love drinking man milk straight from the top. Yummy, yummy. Warm, thick cummies in my tummy.
Oh, God, Potato, don't stop. You have more suction than a Hoover vacuum. I'm going to nut. Whoa!
The Lord weeps at what has transpired. May God have mercy on your souls.
I want Tukey to start doing that. Just be like, whoa. Like Joey Lawrence, whoa. Whoa. I think that'd be a nice change for him. Rocco Orby 2002, $5 says SJ's Vietnamese girlfriend went back because she couldn't get a spot on 90 Day Fiance and it wasn't worth getting the green card, putting up with the Duke. Very possible. He'd be a prime candidate for that show.
I was just going to say, today he spent 15 minutes listing off his resume on today's episode.
What? He never does that.
I know, completely absurd. He was very proud of Ricky Lake for a moment there, but I would really like to see him add onto that resume 90 Day Fiance. That I would watch every moment of that.
You know,
I don't know how he hasn't been on Catfished yet.
Yeah.
That's a good call, too. I just had a thought. We went down a little bit of a deep dive on Corey Feldman, and everyone's paying attention to him now with the band and the tour, Limp Bizkit and everything like that. I was at the show. I know all about it. But you forget that Corey's transition from childhood movie star to wacky Michael Jackson wannabe guy. He did all these reality shows in between that.
Yeah.
He was on all these different reality shows. And why wouldn't John get cast? He already did I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. He would be good on every reality show. Big Brother, the other one.
Yeah, but it requires him doing stuff. You know, it requires him getting out there and talking to people, maybe getting a new agent, maybe getting headshots for once, maybe cleaning himself up, stop drinking. You know, I hate to have such a long list in front of you here, but
okay, well, Dr. Drew also hosts some celebrity reality shows that maybe you can go on. That might
kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
I do some celebrity rehab.
Yes. I would watch that.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that would be fantastic. A Queef in the Night, $5 says Vietnamese chicks love taking hikes to the MASH set. Hashtag Restore Cardiff.
Nice pull.
DPM $5. I did a poll on Reddit for the most hateable Stern personality. Shuli came in 3 out of 6 behind SJ and Jason. First time he didn't finish last. Hey, congratulations on that, Shuli.
I'm capable of it.
Got more than 1% of the vote on that one.
Yeah. That's more than John got for his Senate run. So I'm happy about that.
SJ and Jason are definitely more hateable. In every way.
Jason nowhere near as hateable. Jason's feeding the machine. John was just a dick 24/7, you know?
Daddy Poopy $2 says they stopped responding after they Google me. That's very possible. Because especially if you read that profile and it's all this, like I was on the Tonight Show, the Howard Stern Show, you're like, oh, I bet this guy is Googleable.
Right.
I've done the Tinder stuff. The first thing you do is look up the person, and you can always find, I mean, their name can be Christopher, and you find a million things about this person. It's very, very easy to find things on the internet. The first thing you do when you look up John Melendez is want to die.
So should I use Hamburger on Tinder, or what name should I use?
Yeah, I think you could.
Okay. Thanks. Just getting some advice from Lucy. Don't mind me. Bowie 234 says, Karl, stop saying VTL has a spectrum disorder. Never.
He's got something.
Daddy Poopy, no more KB, Neil Brennan's brother only. FNBB. All right. Well, we'll go with Neil Brennan's brother. I know that does bother him. Especially because Neil Brennan is just blowing up lately. Everyone's praising his special. He's got his podcast, get all the celebrities on there.
It's amazing.
Think about it. Like he's going, I'll take the negative approach. Everybody will love me. And then his brother's the complete opposite. He's like, I'll talk about being positive and working through shit. And clearly the people have spoken, you know?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I heard you on the BS show this morning talking about this. So Misery Loves Company, people are telling Kevin to Neil Brennan's brother to take the week off or something. Like he's sick. He's not well.
No.
And he can't stop himself. And I do wonder if he is dying. Are we watching this guy actively die on his show?
I mean, if this karma thing that John talks about is real, maybe, but I don't know. He's definitely, I don't think he deals well with stress, ironically.
No.
The angry man.
According to his lips, no, he doesn't deal with stress very well.
Yeah. I mean, he's got sores popping up everywhere.
Can you die from ass herpes?
His neck is starting to look like Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Which you never want to hear that.
Fucking thing sucks.
It's never a good thing to look like Bill O'Reilly. Bone CK $5. Newly single here, Lucy. I think it's time to take the next step and move this from simping to courting.
Oh, I don't even know what the steps are to move from simping to courting.
Well, that's on you, sir. That's on you, Bone.
I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that what courting is? Dick pics?
I think so. It's 2024. They move fast these days, man.
Dame Taft, $5. Hi, kids. Miss you. Here's money for stuff. Thank you, Dame Taft. I played your song parody on WATP this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Catalano TV. Oh, maybe you should read this one, Shuli.
Karl, you are the best looking on here. Sorry, Shuli.
Thank you very much.
Piece of shit. Thought we were friends.
Oh my gosh. I love Joey C. He really did hook us up with baseball tickets.
Amazing.
He got us good tickets. No one thought it could be done. Joey C. did it. We got to hang out at the Red Wings.
I'm a man of my word, Karl. You know how many
right.
hand jobs I had to get you those tickets?
I don't want to know. It's Wikipox. I don't care about Stucho anymore. I'm just here for the delicious cleavage. Karl, I mean. Oh, well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've been meaning to show off my shirt. I apologize in advance. I forgot who gave this to me, but somebody at DabbleCon gave me this shirt.
Okay. Whoa.
The Pro Football Arm Wrestling Championship shirt. They found it on eBay. It was like the last one, but it's the official shirt of the show that John hosted on CBS. They got a lot of NFL players in trouble with the league.
Yeah.
That was Kinky Loco.
Well, oh, was it Kiki Loco?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I should have remembered that. Thank you, Kiki Loco. Penis Wrinkle, my man. Breaking news, Melendez has unblocked Wrinkle. Shit, is that true?
Whoa.
Congratulations, Penis Wrinkle. I was worried for you for a minute there. Happy Valley Wrecking Crew, $5. If someone kept implying I was covering for a CP dealer, I might sue them. That causes pain and suffering regardless of damages.
I talked to my lawyer. I got to wait in line. There's like 2 other lawsuits I'm behind. So we'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
I believe that. Fetheon, $10 for Kaylee, $155,000 annual, based in New York, 5'11".
Interesting.
Okay.
I like getting stats right off the bat here.
New York City? Where are we talking about?
Yeah. He's probably in Syracuse and he weighs 400 pounds.
Yeah, probably. And a lot of that's probably commission on his best year.
You guys don't even want me to be happy. Come on.
Hellraiser, thank you very much. Greg Williams, $5. Sorry I'm late. When is the porn bomb? So I know to stop watching on my work computer. No porn bombs today, Greg.
You'll know.
1971 Puffy, $2 says, who is that orange looking potato thing? That is OJ with sunglasses on.
Yeah,
that's why you can't recognize him.
Right. Baked OJ.
Baked OJ. Drunk Engineer, $10. When John calls the FBI to ask, what are you guys doing? It's because he wants to chat and be friends with them. Yes.
Could very well be.
Calling them every day. He's probably like, is Steve there? Like, is this John again? Mothman Bruh says, does LAPD record calls? A FOIA request might work. That's an interesting question.
It is.
I wonder if that's true. Gino says, when you look back, Shuli, did ISO do anything strange? When you look back, Shuli, did ISO do anything strange to your kids? Ask them to be on screen, ask for pictures, anything that could have tipped you off.
Yeah, I think that would have tipped me off if a guy I was working with goes, "Can you bring your kids into the frame?"
Yeah.
That would be a little weird. No, nothing he did ever gave off any sign of any of this, which made it even more surprising and shocking when I found out.
I've been
But
trying
yeah,
to explain this to Neil Brennan's brother, but people who are into that sort of shit are very secretive about it.
they don't. Yeah,
really
they don't
try to cover their
advertise
tracks
for the most part.
Yeah, they
Right.
really try to cover their tracks. It's amazing. They learn about cookies and browsers and browser histories and all sorts of things that are important to know. Big Daddy Dodo, hello FBI, what you doing? Oh, you, John. Some woman answers the phone. Club 102, Resita's hottest gay bar. Cardiff can have unlimited cum shots at Club 102.
Sorry, Lucy, no women allowed at Club 102.
I
It's
can understand
hardcore.
why.
Yeah.
Gino says, is Russo going to produce the docs to get the 50,000?
Vince, what are you so worried about? What are you so worried about? What if it's not true?
Oh,
what are you
God, yeah, I
screaming and
know.
yelling about?
This whole thing. Okay.
I know. Jeez.
This is another VTL. Grapes. Shuli, did VTL tell you about the text regarding ESO?
The ones he's making up, or I don't know. I don't talk to Vince.
Oliver Hernandez says, calling it the Sandusky Network is disrespectful to the real sexual assault victims in Penn State. He's such a piece of crap. Yeah, it really is trivializing. And that was children getting raped in showers and stuff. I mean, if you remember that case, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Not great. Fat Factor with 5 pounds says, SJ has probably heard the name ESO more than anyone else, considering people always say, ESO retarded? While facing towards us. All right. I like that. We're workshopping stuff here. Pat Shan with 2 pounds says, do you think SJ leaves the house now? That's a good question. He gets a lot of things delivered.
Yeah, I don't see why, unless somebody's driving or taking him or paying. Why would he leave?
Jay Phoenix has become a celebrity on Stuttering John show. It's always Penis Wrinkle and Jay Phoenix. Jay Phoenix says, John blocked me because I paid no more money from him. Because I said no more money from him.
From me.
Why am I reading that all wrong?
I don't know.
You're an idiot.
I think you're right, OJ. I think I might be stupid. I got to take a break from Super Chats and go back to what we were watching today. We are joined by another very special guest, all the way from the Bladtcast. And who are these broadcasters? Christian Bladt is here.
Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Obnoxious John used to be so much funnier than he is today. I don't know what happened.
I disagree. I think this is his best appearance yet.
All right, agree to disagree, Karl.
Fair enough. I think he's killing it. Now, you guys played this. You played this on the BS show today, Shuli. The Chad started talking about Stuttering John coming back to the internet. Chad's all upset. There's some speculation that Chad's mad about that because he was getting more viewers when John wasn't on in the afternoon. So maybe that's what he's upset about. But then John was watching him and super chatted him. And then Chad went off on John.
Yeah.
And so John came on the show today, which was unannounced. All of a sudden he's on with Clay Dabbler and he's got a whole plan. He's got a whole mission. He is going to stick it to Chad Zumock. He's all prepared for this for once. He can't wait to do it. And so it starts off by him playing the video clip, and I'm going to actually scrub ahead to the part where Clay Dabbler, as he does, is trying to make it all about him. And John is not having that. He's like, no. This is my time to shine.
Sleeping giant. So now we shall begin. And Clay, in this part of the segment, I just want you to just try and just let me talk a lot because I have a lot to say. So here we go, Chadley.
So he brings out his guest and he goes, now here's what I need you to do. Don't talk. I'll be the one doing the talking. He's like, why not just do this segment and then bring Clay on, or he can react or discuss it. So that was the first putting him on notice.
By the way, before you dive into it, before that, for the first time ever, I might not hate Clay Dabbler because I think he was fucking with John.
Yeah, I have the talking about the Kate Meany stuff.
No. He just kept saying, no, I can't hear you. I can see you. And John got so mad and Clay kept going out and coming back in. I'm like, I don't think he's having any technical problems. I think he's just fucking with John. This was this morning. Yeah.
Oh, I think he was having technical problems.
Oh, all right.
I saw the panic in his eyes when he was just like, oh, this isn't working.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. I'm going to sit back and say Clay Dabbler sucks. I'm wrong. All right. My mistake.
Christian, I got this. Okay. I don't need you to talk right now. I'll be covering all of this.
You see, John, that's how you control your bitch. You see that? That's what you do.
All right. So this is later on when Clay starts interrupting John. Now, you heard him say, do not talk. I got this. And Clay is not capable of not talking.
Like, you might not agree with my points, but as something I saw, you came across as an older guy attracted to a younger woman. I know you say you don't want to fuck her. My opinion, not yours.
Oh.
An older guy thinking he might get to fuck a little bit of 24-year-old clunge.
This is actually not the part that I want it to be, but this is even better. So this is the part where Clay is speaking truth to John about what he was up to with Kate Meany. Like, we all know John was trying to fuck Kate Meany. For some reason, John still thinks that we're all like, no, he was just trying to help out up-and-coming comic. It's just, down on her luck. And so Clay's just like, look, I'm your friend, John. Can we just talk real bros here? And John's reaction to this is hilarious.
So he's being nice to her, talking about, all the shit that men do, talk about trying to woo women. Yeah, you're younger, you might get some coke around a party, blah, blah, blah. And you're being naive about it, you know what I mean? And trusting.
The only reason I brought up coke is because she loves doing coke.
Yeah, of course, and because you wanted a banger. Fair enough. John, you're 50. Right, you're 58. Every 58-year, there's no 58-year-old man on. Listen to me. There's no 58-year-old man on the planet that wouldn't want to fuck a 24-year-old. I'm sure when I'm 58, I won't want the fucking older woman. I'd love to bang a 24-year-old.
Clay's making some good points right now. I have to say, it's making a lot of sense.
He's totally right.
Yeah, and everyone knows that, and that's what bothers John so much. He's like, No, I wasn't trying to fuck her, even though I was talking about getting married and we would go to Key West and retire to a beach in the Bahamas. And Shuli, you know these phone calls in the back of your hand.
Well, I have some more cringe relationship clips that we'll be playing Sunday on Rico for sure. And you tell me this guy wasn't trying to fuck a 24-year-old.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
The best way to prove you... Oh, for fuck's sake. The best way to prove he wasn't trying to fuck Kate is that he was trying to marry her.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
There it is.
It was worth
There
it.
it is.
Did Cardiff text that to you?
Yes, he did.
Pretty good.
By the way, the chat is latching onto the same thing I did. Has anyone ever heard the word clunge referring to pussy? I'm 48 years old. I've never heard clunge in my life.
I like it.
Lucy?
Let's
okay.
stick with it.
You knew it? All right.
All right. Lucy Clunge Box.
That's
There
nice.
you go.
Aw, I feel great.
When an OCD person makes an edict, when I said I'll never bang a girl younger than my oldest kid, I can't break that. So
That's the stupidest thing. John has tried to do this shit before where he's like,
I don't lie. I don't like to lie.
he's literally said he can't lie because of his OCD. And then he gets caught in thousands of lies. And now he's trying to say, well, my OCD doesn't allow me to fuck hot 24-year-olds. That I'm
But
horny
he's
for.
right. He's right though. I have to back him up on this because if you go back to his litter box, what does he say? I don't change the litter until I can smell it, and he's never done it any different since.
You think that's the OCD or laziness? I don't know.
Well,
I can argue.
I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what he's suffering from.
All right.
And I don't want to fuck clunge till I could smell it.
Yeah.
So Clay's just like, look, we all know you're trying to fuck Kate Meany. Whatever. It's not a big deal. She's attractive. She's younger than you. And John's like, no. There's no way because I have OCD and I already declared that I wouldn't do that. Therefore, I can't possibly do it.
Yeah.
But he gets more fired up.
Okay, let's swing it this way. So if Kate Meany was an overweight 24-year-old nerd male, would you have gone to the same things? Would you have done all that shit?
Yeah.
Would you have invited him?
First of all, the reason why I came to Kate Meany's defense is
Again, John's always getting himself time. First of all, the reason why. So you're asking me if I would do that? I want to clarify something. First of all, you're asking me if I would do that for a fat 24-year-old dude. Is that what you're asking?
You know what? That's a good question. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Some may even say it's a great question. First of all, where are you from?
I'm going to address that question. I can't wait to address this question and answer it for you.
One simple reason. Kevin Meaney was a great comic. I am a comic. I saw that she was getting bullied, and I've stuck up for people who have gotten bullied many a time.
One simple reason. Dad was a comic. I'm a comic. She was getting bullied. I stand up against people who are getting bullied. Wait. That was one simple reason?
Yeah. He
Okay.
makes it sound like he's a firefighter who got out of the towers and her dad didn't. And and it's it's his obligation now to look out for her
Good
in
point.
life. Fuck out of here.
Isn't Bob Levy a comedian? And
Right.
Julie Agar? And,
That's right. That's why we played the Kevin Meaney room in
Right.
Rochester. In
I
his
heard a
home.
rumor that Kevin Brennan was a comedian, although I've never seen anything to back that up.
Long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Let's get on Dr. Katz.
My life. And this was just another one. And yes, Clay, shut up.
hate bullies.
Shut up. I have stuck up for men who were getting bullied. I stuck up for my friends who were getting bullied. Some who happened to be fat. So yes, I helped.
A lot of fat fucks he sticks up for.
Yeah.
Clay, so there.
Hey, you just insulted my fat fuck friend. Say you're sorry.
Can I just point out, because, Clay's going to back off now. He doesn't want to get kicked off a John show and not be in his good graces anymore. But, John, have you had hour-long conversations with them, talking about going on vacation with them and hanging out on the beach?
Who's going to get the drugs?
Yeah. And this is the point that Clay's making. You're not just sticking up for someone. You're flirting with them.
Sent them a ring light.
You don't think Hitman Dan's ever said, "You're my hero, John"? You don't think he's ever said that in a phone conversation with him?
I think Hitman Dan's just like, did anyone ever tell you how funny you are, John?
Well, Karl and Shuli, you guys have both watched a few minutes of John. Can you think of an example where he stood up for a male who was being bullied? He said he would do it. He's done it all the time. I can't think of anybody, but you guys have watched more John than I have. I'm sure something's coming to mind right now.
No, he's stuck up for a lot of people, but then he goes after him after he sticks up for him. That's the problem,
Lucy, you have an example?
I was going to say the only thing that I can think of that is actually him doing that is he wrote it into his character in One Too Many. He stands up for the little stuttering fat kid in One Too Many.
He beats up the bullies.
He wrote his character to stand up for a young boy.
What a noble thing to do.
Yeah, it's great.
When he wasn't being homophobic. He was also sticking up for the stuttering kid.
A lot of people, even
that wasn't-
people that aren't attractive. So
Okay,
how
that
dare
wasn't my
you?
point. Okay, that wasn't my point anyway. Yes. So what Dabble exposed?
The kids with cancer I'm doing a Bennett for are ugly.
Yeah, right. You should see these kids are never going to get laid if they do ever get cured of their cancer. It's not going to be a fun ride for them. So this gets brought up again because you can tell this is bothering John that Clay challenged him on this. So they've dropped the subject. They're on to other things, but for some reason it gets brought back around here.
I know, John. I know, John. But okay, it's fine if that's on your stance on things. It's your stance.
I tell you who I wanted to bang, which I said it on the calls, and I guess Kate didn't play that part. Kristen
Brennan.
fucking Carney.
Brennan.
Oh, it wasn't Brennan?
Kristen Carney is who he wanted to bang.
Which, if you remember when he showed the DMs a couple weeks ago or a month ago, whenever that was, it wasn't even hello. It was want to go to a wedding.
Right. That's right. Later on, he goes, I can prove that I wasn't trying to fuck her. I brought Hitman Dan to the wedding. It's like, no, your second choice was Kristen Carney. So your first choice was Kate Meaney.
Right.
Yeah, good call. By the way, I've been in touch with Kristen. We got to get her on WATP.
That'd be great.
Do you know what she does? Like what her business is, Shuli?
No.
I couldn't believe it. So talking about those DMs that he sent to Kristen Carney and like he has no game. It's like, would you want to go to a wedding with me? LOL. Like that was his
that was his
icebreaker.
end. Right.
So I go on Kristen Carney's website and she coaches guys on how to chat with women through dating apps to actually get dates. That's her job. That's what she does for a living. I was like, God damn it, John. This is someone you should be hiring, not trying to fuck.
Yeah.
She can help you get laid.
This is his messiah showing up out of the blue. Like, you should be praying to this woman. She could help you.
All right. Let me scrub to the part. This is very unprofessional of me. Let me scrub to the part where John has to interrupt Clay because Clay is just talking too much. And John's got a whole thing planned out, which he's never done before. It's not Clay's fault. He didn't realize that John was actually prepared
for once
for something.
Kevin Brennan, instead of fucking always fighting about your pay, he paid you. 1 week he paid me 200 and it's 150. And being complicated. You too could be on Kevin's show and getting money and promoting your YouTube show. But no, you're complicated and you're a dick.
What does he need to?
Hold on, Clay.
The whole fucking Dabbleverse promotes John's
hold
show.
on.
Why does he need to?
Clay, please, you gotta let me just do what I actually worked on this. I planned this.
And also, the thing with Clay is he doesn't shut up at the first, hold on. He just continues to ramble, and he'll just repeat the same thing over and over again. He's got a weird thing going on with him. But John gets very frustrated.
Yeah, Clay is that woman that will get your ass kicked in a public place that won't shut the fuck up.
You're like, okay, you made the point. Enough. Come on. Everyone's staring. Stop it. What are you doing?
So you just gotta
zip.
Chadley, here's the difference between you and I don't need to do Kevin Brennan and fucking be a Brennan cuck, a Kevin cuck. I don't need to lick his balls like you do. I don't need to go and make the few shekels because I have money and I don't have to fucking wait for Kevin Brennan to call me to do his show. You do.
So this is what John's prepared with. Don't interrupt me. I'm going to say this thing that I don't need Kevin's money. Even though John wanted that gig so badly, he was pleading for it. He was begging Kevin to give him Bob's old job on MLC.
Still wants it. Would do it tomorrow.
Yep.
And then when later on, when he's watching the video of Chad going, why'd you come back to the internet? You have all this money. Why'd you come back? You're just giving material to the people who make fun of you. John goes, well, because I want to buy a boat and I want to give my kids money and I want to do this. I want to do that. Of course I want more money. But in this point, he's going, I don't need money. Why would I? I don't need to talk to KB. I don't need it.
I'll be fine. I was in Key West for 2 days.
All right. So this is one more example of John getting very irritated with his co-host here.
I net, I think 380 or something like that. So Chadley, unlike you, I could do 2 hours and make $350. So I don't need Kevin's shekels.
175 an hour is not bad going. I wouldn't mind earning that sort of money.
But I don't like to brag about it because that's just because.
No, yes, you shouldn't brag about it. No, because people don't want.
Clay, remember, just let me go.
I know, sweetheart. Come on, carry on.
Okay.
I love that. Clay's like, okay, sweetie, I get it. You're getting upset with me. I'll stop. My bad.
He's distracting not only because he doesn't shut up, but if you watch his jaw through that mask, the last time I saw somebody shifting their jaw like that, they were playing solitaire for 7.5 hours by themselves. I don't want to say anything, but I'm just saying, dude is zoned in, if you know what I'm saying.
Fucking zooted.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get fucking zooted in my apartment. My studio apartment. Shuli, I know you gotta get moving. You got Uncle Rico show tonight. I'm sure you're gonna be covering a lot of what happened today, or I don't know.
Yeah, we're still on Wednesday's show.
Okay, there's a lot
every piece of it. So yeah, man, we'll be on live tonight at 8. OJ, good seeing you. I'm glad we worked everything out in Rochester, but I did hear you were talking shit after I left, motherfucker. So we'll deal with that, OJ.
Wow.
All right. Let's smoke a bowl.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you guys could just roll up a bowl together and figure this out.
Yeah. I think OJ's a cop. He asked me if I wanted to roll a bowl with him, and I walked away. Christian, good to see you. Lucy, always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you. Bye.
Thanks, Shuli.
Before you move on from that last clip, I hope Steel Toe doesn't see that, because John said he could make $350 in 2 hours. And we know how long it takes Aaron to make that much money.
4.5 every single morning, if he makes that much. You're right. That's the magic number right there. Well, Christian, you following the Steel Toe shit?
I sure am. I stumbled into a text for, I don't know, Melton's in Scotland, right? So he's like posting at weird times.
He's in Estonia right now, but yeah, he was in Scotland. Yeah, he's been all over Europe.
Yeah,
So-
no, he's in
Scotland's
Paris. Now he's in Paris. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, and I know it broke right before you and Mike did WATS yesterday.
Yes.
And have we found out, did he get arrested? Did he turn himself in? We don't know, right? But there
That's
was
what
a warrant issued for him.
The warrant has been issued. I was trying to look that up. I was looking to see if anyone has reported on that because he didn't do a show this morning. And if he does go to jail, could he be in for the long weekend?
Yeah.
That's the speculation. It's Labor Day weekend. That would suck if he's in the slammer till Tuesday. But probably not.
I mean,
if
that's
he had a lawyer, they would not advise him to turn himself in on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're assuming he has a lawyer, but I hope he's illegally detained, and your buddy Chili DeCastro takes up the cause to try and free Steel Toe.
That's a crossover event for the ages. Holy shit!
That's what we all want.
That would be
amazing. Yeah, and I sent it to you and Mike, but I guess Johnny Crutches was on live being told about the chat, like, no, that didn't happen. Aaron's not being arrested. Oh, it looks like he is. So that's my favorite part of it, because we got to see Johnny, because you were talking about Johnny on Wednesday about how he's probably done with Steel Toe. So it's like there's this glee in his eyes, like, oh my God, is he going to be in jail? Do I have to stop going to this idiot's house? Or I guess he doesn't even go to the house anymore. But
it does seem like Johnny's pretty much done. Like,
he's
watching him during the begging segments, which is over an hour of the show.
Yeah.
He looks so put off, as anybody would be. Lucy, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that he probably is not arrested yet. I don't think he turned himself in yet. I think that he didn't stream because putting yourself out there and having everybody know exactly where you are, maybe not the greatest idea when there's a warrant out for you.
Also, if that happens to me, I'm talking to my attorney.
Yes.
Because Aaron's got himself in so much trouble just by talking on the internet.
Yes.
He's on a 1-year probation right now. He was just in court last week for this, because there's a restraining order or whatever that is, an HRO. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
But he's not allowed to talk about his ex-wife, and he can't stop talking about his ex-wife. So then he was facing 90 days in jail, so he's on probation. And now this thing's happening because he literally, I'll cover this tomorrow on WTP, I'm sure, but the reason why he got the warrant for him, the felony warrant, is because he had Gino Bisconte on his show, and he texted nudes of Kayla to Gino on the show. They discussed this. He's so stupid. So Kayla and Nick go, oh, this guy's trying to screw us over and get us arrested and thrown in jail. I bet we could do that to him with his illegal activity. And they did.
You know what I just realized? Maybe one of the reasons that he wants so badly to be back on the radio, like he's always talking about, I want to be back on the radio. Maybe one of the reasons for that is because he wants there to be some corporation behind him for when he's getting in all this shitty trouble that he puts himself into.
That's a good point. Also, if he's on the radio in St. Cloud, Minnesota, all the people who hate him can't hear him anymore.
Yeah.
He'd just be talking to that little pocket of nerds who want to yell homo when they go out to a show.
So your point is that if he did talk to an attorney, which would have been the smart thing to do, that attorney was like, do not go on the internet. Please don't go on the internet.
No video, no social media for you. You suck at this. Yeah. all communication has to stop right now. Be my guess is what happened. OJ, what's your take? I know you're big into Steel Toe lore.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Let's see what's going on.
My channel's gone, but it's a good thing I regularly upload my audio to Spotify. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't think... I think it was all just the channel at this point for Cardiff.
No backups.
That's too bad.
Just $80 to reach our $300 target, and Lucy will take her top off. Oh, shoot, I did it again. Back to jail for me. I just can't help myself.
Sorry, Steel Toe. These are not for cucks.
I'm not a cuck. Can I see them? My mom says that I know how to treat a lady.
Fantastic stuff
That
right
was
there.
my favorite. Thank you.
And Lucy, you're back on with this one.
Yay.
OJ, can you get me Cardiff's number? He and I share a very particular favorite pastime and drink. Yummy, yummy commies in our tummies.
It's true.
It's like your catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy cummies in my tummy.
I know I don't say it on air a lot, but it is pretty much the only thing that I say to you when we're not on air.
Right, it's how you greet me.
Yes.
You come over.
I noticed you two
That
had
Lucy
a
super
flask
tip
you
was
were
funny
sharing at
because...
I'm sorry. Let me pause that. Say that again?
I said I noticed Cardiff and Lucy were sharing a flask at DabbleCon.
I saw that too. I was wondering what was going on. What kind of tequila is that? They're like, oh, yeah, I know. Tequila. Really good. Really good tequila. How do I start this over again, I wonder? Let's do this.
Do you want me to just read it for you?
We would need Cardiff to be here to be able to read that.
Here we go. I got it.
That Lucy super tip was funny because the joke is that I, the potato, love man milk, and Lucy, a woman that many find attractive, also loves that tasty drink. Not me, though. I only love men that are either shaped like big rotten peaches or Bob Levy. That Lucy super tip was funny because
all right.
the joke is that Lucy
we heard you cue that up a couple of times there.
Potato's not even here, and he won't shut up.
I know. Enough already. I do like OJ being
Interrupting
on the show.
asshole.
OJ on the show is like, I don't know, it's a good balance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's nice to hang out with OJ.
Chill.
Cubics85 with $10 says, FFS, John is trying to distract from the tapes. John, you offered to sing to Kate over a fucking phone call. Why haven't you curled up in a ball of shame by now? That's what's so impressive about John. Can I give John a rare compliment right now? Nothing will scare him away from the internet. Like, we thought that the tapes and all the embarrassment that happened and like Melton came on the show and played the AI security footage from his house of John beating up the air in front of Melton's house. Like, all this stuff is so embarrassing. And I'm like, oh, John's gone. He can't come back. And then he comes back.
And the most amazing part, if somehow Lucy and John started chatting, he would do it all over again.
I know. I've been
Lucy,
waiting. He
we're gonna
still
put you on
hasn't
assignment.
He hasn't talked to me. I'm just waiting for it.
We'll put you on assignment.
He hates me.
You got to turn on me first.
All right. Okay.
All right, cut this part out.
Can do.
Dame Tap, $5. PDP is the best show on the picture box. It is better than $6 Million Man and The Incredible Hulk.
That's nice
Okay.
praise. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And Dame Taft has great taste.
I would agree with that. Great
Producer
$2.
Chris is our Lou Ferrigno.
Was surprised VTL would use text that helps Shuli. Rick U, 32.20, $5. I feel like the women that date John are wannabe star fuckers, and John is massively playing up his roles on Stern and Tonight Show. You think? I think you might be onto something there. Dame Tap, Christian Bladt stood me up at DabbleCon too. What?
No. I stood up all of DabbleCon too.
That's true.
I wanted to go, but I crunched the numbers and decided that I didn't need to go, and no one wanted me there. So it was a perfect combination.
You did the opposite of Helga Mann.
Yes. I would have set up a merch table if I had gone, though.
That would have been hilarious.
And worn a ball gown.
You'd
Wow,
have to
that's a
actually
good
have
one.
merch though in order to pull that off, Christian.
I have Black Cast mugs.
Do you have shirts?
Yeah, but I've never sold them. I've just given them away to listeners.
I want a Black Cast mug and shirt.
All right. Send them to Lucy Tightbox, Rochester, New York.
Yes.
DPM $5 says, if you want to get into Lucy's pants, just show her Zardoz while wearing a red mankini and sporting the 70s bald ponytail haircut.
It's true that would probably work. Have you seen that movie, Carl?
No, I was going to
Sean
say.
Connery. I just reviewed it on my channel.
Oh, okay.
It's great. It's a really, it's wonderful.
So you were simping for Sean Connery? Because I thought this guy has met your ex-husband with that explanation.
That actually does sound an awful lot like my ex-husband.
Huh.
At
Okay.
least one of them.
They're out in full steam ahead. I feel like you need to send that shirt to SJ, Karl. I should send this shirt to SJ. He'd wear it so proudly.
Don't re-gift something
Wait, does
from
he have
Kinky
one of these?
Loco.
He might have one of these already.
He doesn't have an original.
Kinky Loco's the best. Dave Delafiore says, I've got a fishing license and you don't. Oh, that was when Shuli was on. As we all know, before he was covering up for CP, the most embarrassing thing he did before that was fishing without a fishing license.
I think the CP was just to distract us from the embarrassment of the fishing license.
I think you're right. Marlon, $45.75. Thank you very much. How Snicker. Lucy, do you like milk with chocolate?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Good answer. Raperbot, Chad Zumach's co-host, Neil Brennan's brother. Madam Priest says, hey, Karl, can we lose the weird orange and give Lucy the whole bottom of the screen? Hey, Shuli, F the haters, dude. Also, you got the Karl wig handy? Oh, he's not here with the Karl wig, unfortunately.
I think we need bigger OJ.
Yeah, OJ's killing it today. Just the look, the expressions. He's killing me with his facial expressions today.
Yeah. The sunglasses that don't move even when his face moves. That's my favorite part of OJ today.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Really technologically savvy. Fly Eagles Fly. $5.
What a computer scientist.
Continue to do the shows you guys do, entertaining and funny. Go Birds.
Oh.
Go Birds.
It was before I was on because he probably would not want us to keep doing WATB, but I'll take it.
Oh, stop it with that, Christian. Not going to hear it. The Looney Tunes critic, my man. Clay Dabbler is me best mate, but he does like to interrupt. You talking about... all right, can somebody read this in a British accent for me? How's your British accent, Christian?
Clay Dabbler is me best mate, but he does like to interrupt. You be talking about all the shit men talk about, and bang, he's like, I have another thing.
Very good. That's well done. Christian, all right, new assignment. You're the British guy on Who Are These Broadcasters?
Wait, every episode, the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
for sure.
You should hear his Asian accent.
Oh, that's right. You probably have learned from your wife.
Yeah, it's very submissive. Very, very submissive.
And it sounds a little something like... All right,
I have an Asian accent.
Hey, look at me. I'm from China. KJ, $10 says, come on, it's totally believable that John talked to Kate about getting blow because he admired her father. Welcome to the Dappleverse. Thank you, KJ. That is correct.
By the way, our buddy Eric Zane is smitten with KJ. Anytime she's on, he wants the show to stop, and he.
I've seen it. I've seen the simping over KJ. Trust me. Actually, because of that, KJ's gone up in my book. I'm like, well, if EZ likes her,
yeah,
he has good taste.
He used to like me.
He loves Lucy. No, he loves Lucy.
No. He loves Lucy.
October 25th is circled on his calendar.
Wonderful.
Guarantee you that. Missy B in the house. What up, Missy B? What up, my effing N's and J's? I wish I could do this dabbling party. Much love from your favorite racists and anti-Semites. Much love to you, Missy B. Deadwood 307. If SJ is OCD, I was the head writer for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. Yeah, I know. His OCD is the weirdest version of OCD ever. It just allows him to have all his horrible traits. Jay Phoenix, my man. From now on, refer to me as Tidy Loose Clunge.
Yes.
That's too much. I can't do it. Club 102, Reseda's favorite, hottest gay bar. John went and yelled in the empty house over dude.
That's somebody who didn't want to pay for the $4.99. They took a word out just to make it fit. Yeah.
DPM $10 says, I'm trying to understand guys like Shuli and Cardiff leaving early. They need to stop talking about SJ so they could talk about SJ somewhere else. It's not like they have anything else going on.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Hey, it's our girl Mahalia coming in with $10. Christian Bladt deserves every good thing that happens to him.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. That's the nicest super chat I've ever gotten.
Look at that. Did you guys hit it off in Vegas or something?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Did we?
1971 Puffy, $5 says celebrity rehab would be perfect for SJ. A little real crying for once. Oh my gosh. Just the scene where he can't get a Coors Light and he's trying to watch the Yankees game. And he's like, how do you watch the Yankees game without Coors Light? what even is this?
He's like doing the motions of drinking a Coors Light. He's going like this with no actual can.
Well, actually, since you brought that up.
Oh boy.
On the show today.
Oh no.
He's drinking Pepsi. And the way that he drinks soda, I've never seen someone drink soda like this. I've seen lots of people drink beer like this. People with problems. People that I'm friends with. Happens all the time. But watch the way he's drinking this, his Pepsi, his Diet Pepsi that he has. He's very thirsty. This
ugly people that are the Dabbleverse fans that are just trolls because they're fat and ugly.
Oh, that's a big one. Okay.
Shuli.
That was pretty good.
Being 5'2", when you were on stage, you looked like you was on a prop stage, like, and everything was bigger than you.
More of
like
that.
you're on a film set where you're like tiny. Because
All right,
he
a little
is
sip number 2.
minuscule. Just
Oh,
this
let's go
little
for
tiny
3.
little
All
man
right.
that's the size
And
of
then
a
he's like,
child sitting
God,
up
this
on
is really
stage.
fucking
Like, they
tasty
talk about
soda.
your
Here's
height.
4.
He is
Yeah.
definitely shorter
Chug
and
it.
smaller
Chug
than
it.
100%.
Who the
Oh
fuck
my
drinks
God.
soda like that? And then he flexes his stupid fucking
Okay,
bicep.
Go ahead, Christian.
The only way I've ever seen somebody go to receptacle like that is somebody who does dip, tobacco, like in their cheek or whatever, and you do it that often just to
Right.
get it out. But the most important thing isn't how often he does it. Did you notice he's got the pinky out?
Oh yeah, he's back to pinky
drinking?
out.
Yeah, he's got the. I believe that's how he does it.
I think you might be onto something with that. He doesn't even have wood paneling, and yet he still drinks the Pepsi like that.
Weird.
Have you ever seen anyone drink cola?
No, well,
Isn't that bad?
I was gonna say, so I just noticed something. One of my least favorite things about watching him drink is when he puts his head all the way back, and you can see his throat doing the digestion thing, and you couldn't see it when he was drinking the Pepsi.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. But Wednesday he was doing it the entire day with beer, and I had to stare at his stupid neck gullet jiggling all over the
You
place.
didn't have to.
All right, well I did stare
Thank you,
at
though.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But he's not doing it there with that Pepsi. Which is interesting.
That is interesting.
Was there anything in the Pepsi can, or was he just sipping at it?
The angle was pretty far back.
Yeah, he was trying to get the last sips out of it for sure. I'm not sure who does
What are
that.
the odds that he grabs the can, dumps half of it out, and then puts a liquor of choice in there for the rest of it, but he doesn't put it
I'm
in
gonna
a
put
cup
it-
because it's less suspicious.
I'm going to put it at 100%.
Yeah, me too. Okay, good.
That's probably pretty close.
100%.
100%. Because the way he drinks soda is just not how anyone's ever drank soda in the history of soda. It just seems bizarre to me.
Oh, that was awful.
You don't flex right after finishing your soda?
I mean, I
also?
do for sure, but I'm a weirdo.
Is that how you flex?
What do you want from me? All right. So John's watching Chad. And now John's, we mentioned this at the top of the hour, the top of the show. I'll remind everyone who's joined us, thanks for joining us on this very special Dabble Point edition, that John is a new target. He's back in the Dabbleverse. He's going to be back again tomorrow because his mission is to go after Chad Zumock and take him down. He's even declaring that he is going to take Chad down. And so this is what he thinks he's going to do to Chad.
Scored.
All right, now let's look at more of this idiot.
You're a dick. Why did you go live yesterday, John?
I'm a dick.
He's
Really,
mad.
badly. I'm a dick. Let's see.
I love these guys who play 3 words someone says and then just repeats them over and over again. You see this with Rob Saul, Kevin Brennan, Stuttering John. They're all so bad at reactions. Like if you're going to do a clip show where you watch clips and you react to it, I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. Oh, I'm a dick? That's what he said.
Well, it's the same thing as creating the diversion when somebody asks him a question
Buying
that he doesn't want
time.
to answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what, whenever you're like watching interrogations, that's what the detectives are looking for. is
Right.
what your delay tactic is while you come up with your next line.
Yes, correct. So let's see what John thinks he's going to do to take down Chad Zumock.
Let's see. I'm a dick. Chadley. Soon I'm going to read some of your tweets that you sent out disparaging your buddy, Kevin Brennan. You don't think I prepared for this, Chadley? Oh, I got the text. Oh, Chadley, remember when you was saying that you can do everything in your power to get Kevin Brennan's wife fired? You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. And you know who else remembers it? The legend.
All right, so there's the proof right there. When John's like, I'm prepared, shut up, Clay, I got this. I'm prepared for the show today. No, the legend sent him all this stuff because the legend goes way back with MLC. But what John doesn't understand, Chad wouldn't sit here and be like, no, I've never done anything wrong. If you said, yeah, Chad, you're a dick too, you'd be like, yeah, I know. That's like Chad's whole thing. And the fact that John's just like, I'm going to expose, guys, get ready. I'm going to expose the fact that Chad Zumock is an asshole. We're like, yeah, no, it's widely known. Everyone's already figured that out.
We're in
years ago.
agreement on
Yeah,
this. This one thing we all agree on.
We all know about that, John. But yeah, no, please spend the next 5 or 6 episodes trying to prove that Chad's an asshole. Okay.
We all remember it. Remember when you were threatening to do something to Kevin's, let's just say, member of his family? I do. Another member.
You don't. You just found out about it. You didn't even know about any of this. John thinks he's alerting the news stations. He's calling up CBS right now and be like, guess what Chad did 6 years ago? No. If you knew anything about the lore of Chad and Neil Brennan's brother, you would know about all of this. Most people in this world do.
Well, he might be calling the news stations just so he can have another friend.
Probably just to say hello.
Yeah.
Before you start, this is another example of how anytime that you pause John, he is actually a perfectly scary Halloween mask. This is a new one. I've never quite seen this with a little bit of tongue out, but this is a perfect pause.
That is frightening. If you put a flashlight underneath that, not sleeping for weeks.
I remember Chadley, and so does the legend, and so does Dirty Deeds. Maybe even Clay Dabbler knows. But
I know.
Saying a lot of bad shit about your bossy boo, your little bossy boo, who pays you a few shekels, Charlie.
By the way, everything that John thinks he's exposing right now that everybody knows about is way more embarrassing for Neil Brennan's brother than it is for Chad. Because Chad went after him really harshly, personally, directly. It wasn't even on the internet. He's just like texting the guy, all this crazy shit. And Neil Brennan's brother has him back on the show again because he's that desperate for guests. So for John to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to expose the fact that Chad's an asshole. Chad's like, yeah, that's my brand. What do you mean? Like, what do you think you're going to do to me?
You don't need to expose it. It's here.
We all
Also,
know.
how hard does John think it's going to be to take down Chad? I mean, he's literally like, what, half an inch off the ground? The down is not too far. You know,
No.
he's very close to already being down.
This is the thing that all these guys, they fall into this trap. I've never made it my mission once. I wouldn't even think to make it my mission to run someone off the internet or ruin their show or end their show. These guys all want to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go up to you and expose you and then it'll be over and no one will like you anymore. It's like, first off, that's a lofty goal. So even with a Chad Zubak, he's always going to have his supporters and people who dig that type of content. Also, it's nonsensical to say that you're going to take somebody down. And Chad does the same thing. That's why I love that these two are fighting with each other.
Yeah, it's great.
Because they both think they're going to end each other's, quote unquote, careers.
Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's going to be us. I think we're going to be the winners in all of this. I'm very much looking forward to it because we haven't really talked about Chad much in the last year or so. But if it's Chad versus John, then sign me up.
We win.
Sign me up for that. This is John busts out his stand-up poster. This is so embarrassing that he has this like next to him, ready to prove what a great stand-up he is.
He has to be able to prove everything all the time because he's never lying.
But what's great here is that he proves that he was a headliner in Nevada, and then he tries to list off all the other places he's headlined, and even he can't remember anything impressive.
Right here, but that's what Chad is known to
Not
do.
even Ray DeVito brings his posters home.
No,
from the comedy club.
And he collects Star Wars toys, and even he's like, "That's embarrassing. Don't do that."
All right, well, let's not be so hard on Star Wars toys, Karl. Come on.
You're right.
He's got a pink blanket. That's way more embarrassing.
He doesn't have a mandolin though, does he?
No.
Could you
no,
imagine
no.
if Ray DeVito had a mandolin?
And as far as I know, he never naps.
So here we go. Lie number one.
Quote unquote, they canceled your show at Side Splitters.
Okay, lie number one. They canceled my show at Side Splitters. Let me just say this, Clay. I did 2 weekends at Side Splitters. It was packed both times. Now, Brian over there could lie to Chad and say it was.
I went to the wrong spot. Hold on.
During that, while you're finding the right spot, he goes on for so long about that.
This is where it gets good. Chadley.
Yeah, go on.
I think that one of his points is like, well, I never canceled any shows. One of them got canceled because of COVID. And then also there was another one where 12 people were there. But he's
what?
Yeah.
14 only had 30 people.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I'm like,
right. It's like it's insane.
Shut up, dude. Just stop
The
saying
show that
words.
was canceled for COVID was in 2017, but
Right.
that was COVID-17. You guys might not have known about
This
that.
is the thing that John could never just take an L.
And
he'd be so much better off just going, yeah, I don't have a lot of people following me in that area.
And I feel like it was boring when I just described that. He went on for 25 minutes about
Yes,
it.
Correct. Look at Lucy doing her homework today. I love that. This is impressive.
I'm saying words and did homework. It's great.
I wish OJ would come here prepared. Some shit.
I don't know about that.
Stole my
As you
line.
know, I've shown this a bunch of times. Okay.
All right, so he
Headline,
pulls his
Vino-
poster out again.
Got it just to hand.
There. Headline. Now,
Why would he have that? He must have asked the club if he could have that. Someone speculated he grabbed it from the airport on his way out. It's very possible too. Sometimes they have those posters up at the airport when you get there. Why would he, even owning that is embarrassing. The fact that you have that. But then showing off on your show multiple times to prove that you once did something.
Are you sure they weren't selling those posters in the lobby of
Yeah.
the club when he performed? That
I'm positive.
I'm
I'm positive they weren't selling them.
because there would have been some left. That's all.
There would have been a lot left if he was
Yeah.
selling them at the club.
one of the ones I've saved. I've headlined the improvs at Harrah's in Vegas. Improvs everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Brea,
Uh-huh.
fucking,
I'm
just blanking, but there's so many, it doesn't matter. But
There's so many. He thought of two. There's so many improvs that he's headlined. It doesn't matter.
But the point is, Chad, you never headlined any of the improvs. I checked.
Is the improv still a thing? Are there still improvs out there? I've never heard someone talk about being at the improv.
The one that he talked about in Brea, I saw Frank Caliendo there a few years ago. So, I mean, it's in Brea, which it's closer to Disneyland than it is to LA. It's not a hot spot, Brea, California.
Of all the the Heliums and all the chain comedy clubs, the improv was popular in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a thing anymore. And he's like, and Chad's never headlined the improv. Chad's like, yeah, no, I haven't. You got me there, John. Okay. I don't know why I have Chad sign all of a sudden.
With those that I checked with, you were never a headliner.
Oh, so he's checking on this. He's doing the same thing all these assholes do, where someone has a show and they start calling around to the clubs. How many tickets do they sell? What's going on with that? He's like, I checked to see if you ever headline an improv. Stop calling here, John.
He just wants a friend.
I know, it's ridiculous. He's making so many fucking phone calls.
Opener and or a middler.
Actually, John, it's worse than that. So John just said, Chad's only been an opener or a middler. And it's actually called an MC and a feature. He would know that if he was a comic. He's not. He's opener and a middler. I don't know why he says that. But it's actually worse than that. Because I know from my buddy Mark at the comedy club here in Rochester that what Chad would do is show up and say, hey, I'm doing 5 minutes tonight without even being on the bill. And then would go to Brother Weeze's radio show to promote the comedy show. So that then they felt obligated to put him on the show that he wasn't booked for and wasn't supposed to be a feature for.
That's sneaky.
That's way, way worse than being the MC or the feature act for a headliner.
Well, John called around. He knows about that.
He should have called me. I would have given him some dirt on Chad. I could have played him it was from DabbleCon 1, actually, where Mark came on WATP and told the whole story.
It was amazing.
Who was the woman that he was opening for? It's someone who's really big
I can't
now.
remember. Yeah, it was somebody.
She was on the Tom Brady roast.
Right.
Nikki Glazer. I think.
Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Chad came to Rochester. Nikki Glazer's headlining. And Chad wormed his way out. He's like, by the way, I'm doing 5 minutes. And they asked Nikki, like, is Chad? She's like, no, he's not. But she was cool about it. She's like, it's fine. So he did Thursday. They just let him do 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. And then the next morning they go down to Weeze's show to promote Nikki Glazer. And there's Chad sitting in the seat talking to Weeze. And Mark has a contract with Weeze. That's why the comedians go on that show. They pay money. So Mark goes over there, picks him up, and just says, you out. Nikki's going to sit here and promote the show tonight. And then Chad was never heard of the rest of the weekend. But if you want to make fun of Chad, there's a lot to talk about. And Chad likes to pretend that he's not a criminal and a thief. I have it on good authority that Chad's still a thief. It's not like things are going better for him now. You think like stealing credit cards in order to buy vitamins at GNC and a burger at Chili's, you think that his life has changed now and he doesn't have to do that anymore? I doubt it.
No, I mean, he's on MLC. He probably doesn't want for anything in the whole world. We all know how generous Brennan is.
Kevin Brennan will give out $125 at a time. It's incredible what happens when you go on there. He pays everyone so much. Raggedy Man, $5 says Cardiff should take over the Silto channel since it's been vacated. Oh, that's interesting. Cardiff should try to get booked down there.
That's a great idea.
I don't dislike this.
It's interesting.
They're both in Minnesota.
That's true. You could probably just drive over there and do it.
In studio.
Douche of the Dabbleverse, $5. Thank you for forgiving Helga, Karl. She owes you a big, long hug. I'll pass on that. But no, I don't have any issues with Helga at all. Trucker Andy was on Trainwreck today. The Trainwreck. I was in there chatting away a little bit, watching that. Oh my gosh, they had some issues today.
Oh no, I haven't watched it yet.
Lisa, my girl, Lisa Boswell. Everyone knows I love her.
Yes,
she's having a tough go at it these days.
Yeah.
She cut her leg. She's bleeding all over the house. And of course, Helga's like, the show must go on. So she's like, can you take me to ER? And Helga's like, hey, let's do the show first. We got Trucker Andy on. It's very important. There's 17 people watching. So they end up going to the ER afterwards. I hope I'm not speaking out of school right now. They end up going to the ER afterwards. And I think Lisa got something like 18 stitches.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was like fucking legit. And that house has got to be a disaster. I can only imagine.
There's blood everywhere.
There's blood everywhere, but there's also animals running around and they're hoarders. Like, you see all the crappy instruments behind Helga and shit that they're just throwing out.
Did we ever get a head count for how many people live there? And then in addition to that, do we have even a hunch how many animals are in there? I've never been able to nail it down in my head.
I think there's 3 people. Okay. Helga, her lovely boyfriend.
Oh, everybody
and
loves them.
Lisa. And then I think they have like 3 cats and a dog or something like that. And then there's also rats and mice and squirrel.
You're going to start counting the rats and mice. You got to count the mosquitoes.
Yeah,
and the
there's
bed
a lot.
bugs.
There's a lot going on. Ugh. Andrew Robertson. This is for Lucy Tightbox. Keep being awesome.
Thank you, Andrew.
What does she do that's so? Oh, now I see it. Okay. Yep. DPM $5 says, how many ex-husbands does Lucy have? Is she the J-Lo of the Dabbleverse?
That's the nicest thing that somebody's ever said to me. I have 2 ex-husbands. I am trying to beat Liz Taylor, so line them up.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Oh, Lucy. What are we going to do with you? Carol Dillon with €5 says, Carl, can you tell Lucy to stop sending me DMs? I'm not interested, and it's getting embarrassing. Have a good one, all.
All right. Message heard. Sorry, Carol.
I tell her that she's being aggressive, and she doesn't listen to me. Rocco Orb 2002, $5 says SJ sips a soda because he's poor and can't afford 2. You might be onto something. Who has cans of soda in their house too? I don't want to besmirch people. Oh, yeah, never mind. There it is. Suncrad, $2. John's resource is piss water, shit water. I trust him. Oh,
PI.
Yeah, PIs. Yeah. I get it. Doug from Detroit, $5. Got my magic bag tickets. Can't wait to meet Lucy's cleavage. Oh, Lucy's cleavage is going to be in Detroit, October 25th. WATPlive.com for tickets. It is going to sell out. It's almost sold out now. So if you want to come see us in Ferndale, Michigan, I recommend that you get on that because I know OJ is going to be there.
I'll be there. Smoking a bowl.
Yep.
Rolling a bowl.
Here's the thing I know about OJ. OJ lives in Cleveland, and he doesn't fly. So if he's going to show up to a live show, it has to be within about a 5-hour drive. So Rochester, he can do. Detroit, he can do. Largo, he can't do. Vegas, he can't do. This is what I know about OJ.
How much pizza is he allowed to eat this time, Carl?
Have it all, fucking OJ. Just eat all my pizza. I don't want it. Why would I want pizza? Why do I want to eat food?
Is that loser Cardiff Electric going? Obviously, everybody hates him and doesn't want to see him.
If he's not in prison, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He'll probably be in prison at that time, but it doesn't matter if Cardiff's there. Tukey will be there.
Eric Zane will be there.
Eric Zane will be there. You know who else is going to be there?
WATP.
The golden voice Ted Williams is confirmed.
Yay.
He was so funny.
He's amazing.
Last year, he got up and started doing jokes at the end. I'm like, we got to incorporate him more into the show. Because he was just our announcer. He would announce people coming up and down.
He's great. He goes around and talks to everybody, and he's so much fun, and he's so nice. I adore him.
Yep. He's a very fun gentleman. I'll say that.
I'm tired of the N's and J's. I love chicken and watermelon. Also, anyone want to buy $1 for $2? Don't know why I lost my channel. I'm tired of the N's and J's.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I love chicken and watermelon.
We heard you the first time.
Also, anyone
Oops.
That's how much he hates the N's and J's.
I had that looping for some reason. Got your money's worth out of that one.
Hi, baby. Want to go on my boat?
Squirrel nuts in my mouth with ranch. Who is this?
I just Don Kinged.
No more dildos, please, for the love of God.
I do actually say that.
Yeah, that was you, actually.
Yeah.
Chad is a jerk. I can't believe it. Another sidekick gone.
Yeah, go figure. John really revealed something today. He really lifted the curtain.
Semen, sperm, spermatozoa, seed, ejaculate, cum, melt, emission, spunk, jizz, jism, scum, load, splooge, spooge, spurt, seminal fluid, spermatic fluid, prostatic fluid. These are a few of my favorite things.
All right, Pony Power 2. Pony Power, of course, the man who made our Dabby Awards for us. They were fantastic. I know that the Dabbler of the Year, OJ, I know you're very happy for Rocco Burrow being Dabbler of the Year.
My buddy.
But he broke his Dabby Award. He thinks he's going to get another one. I don't know.
I think Cardiff tried to shove it up his ass.
Yeah, Cardiff's a dick like that. He's so jealous.
That one that was inside of me did break, so.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Is it still in there? Do you need help?
I got another one.
You need help getting it out?
No, but Pony Power 2 has also made all of the other wonderful stuff for me. He made the Dr. Steve fingers.
I was going to say.
And Stuttering
Lucy,
Johnson.
I could get that out.
So he sent me an even bigger Dr. Steve finger with the vibrator in it.
I remember.
I just did a review of it, and it will be posted on Monday on my Patreon. So.
Do you give these vibrators a score?
I have not been.
Okay. So you can't give us a number score, but what was the overall assessment of it?
It is up there in one of my favorite toys that I've ever had.
Really? A 3D printed Dr. Steve figure?
It turns out it was silky and smooth and wonderful.
Really?
Yes, I liked it a lot.
Huh.
Find out on my Patreon.
God,
Once over with Kaylee, Cayley.
I feel like because it's, the way it's printed is like layers. You have to put something on it.
I think that he might have smoothed mine down a little bit.
Okay.
It was very nice.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Smooth it down with his mouth.
Yeah. Yes.
Possibly. Maybe use my teeth to sand it down and get it working. You know what? I'll play one more clip that I have on here. We'll wrap things up in a moment. I want to thank everybody for hanging with us today on Point Dabble Point. Always enjoy hosting these on the Who Are These Podcast channel. Thanks to Shuli for coming on before Uncle Rico tonight. Thanks to Lucy, OJ, and Christian Bladt for joining us. You kids are the best. This actually comes in from Wednesday's show. And John's talking about, obviously the Sandusky network. Everybody just has all of this illegal stuff on their computers over there because he knows how computers work.
Hunter Biden's crack pipe. Did you see Levy and Gina respond on the show about ESO? One of the few times I've ever seen Bob flustered and nervous. He should be.
Yeah?
There are the computers somebody should go through.
What?
They're the computers. Don't try and pivot and try and say I'm involved in anything nefarious because I am not.
All right, here's a question for you. I'm not getting my skirt bunched up, but can you accuse people of saying that they have heinous things in their computer like that? Those are the computers you have to go through is Bob Levy's. Now, what are you implying there, John? What are you trying to say? that Bob Levy is up to.
And also, anybody who's ever watched Bob Levy use any kind of technology doesn't think he has anything hidden in any secret drives on some secret laptop.
Just like John's computer, everything's pasted out of the desktop. Like when he opens up the computer, you can see every file he's ever used.
Yeah, if Levy had CP, it would be his home screen. Like it would be his screensaver because that's the only way you can see it.
He'd get caught immediately. He'd make it his green screen background. Like, oh shit, wrong image. And he'd sit there for 5 minutes going, I don't know. How do I get this off? Looney Tunes critic says, I'm happy to donate my Dabby to Rocco since I won it nefariously. Don't worry about that, Looney Tunes critic. You keep your Dabby. We also have hot sauce coming your way. This poor guy buys WATP hot sauce, silkcityhotsauce.com, promo code WTP for 15% off. And then they confiscate it at the airport.
It's a liquid.
It is, but they don't care about that anymore.
I know, it's bullshit.
It's been years since they've even talked about 3 ounces. They don't make you pull the shit out of your bag anymore. The way that we have the new systems in Rochester, thank God, you don't have to pull any electronics out. Everything just goes in your bag and goes through. It was the label that threw them off. The label, they're like, what is this?
I blame you.
Yeah, they thought that it was going to take the airplane down. I'm like, it's got a kick to it, but it's not crazy, you know? But apparently that's what's going on. Jay Phoenix... I summy Karl.
It's summer, Karl.
It's summer, Karl. I need all the Baja Blast flavors.
Yeah.
Is this Mountain Dew talk that we're doing right now?
I love Baja Blast.
Lucy did come over with a Mountain Dew.
I do
today.
have Mountain Dew.
I've
right
never
now.
seen you drink Mountain Dew before. Is this a new thing or is it?
I needed a little energy.
Okay.
I am a big Baja Blast fan, but that's because I'm a Taco Bell fan more than it is.
Oh, that makes sense. I forgot you're a big Taco Bell head, whatever they call those
Yes,
people.
that's what they call us.
Jay Phoenix, $2 after sees finger. 2 comes up. What's that, OJ?
I said I have another name for Taco Bell fans.
What's that?
Well, I don't want to get your channel taken down.
What the fuck is going on? OJ's never been harder to talk to. All right, we got one more here from Pony Power 2.
I did send Bedabbler a bigger and better award for Dabbler of the Year. I suppose I should have warned people that the gold plastic is notoriously brittle. My bad.
Oh, so that's already being taken care of then by Pony Power 2.
Pony Power 2.
And Patty Broken Skull, who just read that for us. Thank you very much for doing that. Christian Bladt, thanks for hopping on with us today.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Always fun to be.
Always appreciate you coming on. Where can people find what you do?
You can, of course, find me on this very channel along with Eric Zane, Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific for Who Are These Broadcasters? And that also exists as an audio podcast wherever you find those. See, Karl, I paid attention after a year. I know to say don't just watch the YouTube. You can also listen to it. And my podcast, The Blackcast, BLADTCAST. That's a YouTube channel and also an audio podcast.
Very good. And Obnoxious John, you do OJ in the morning on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, OJ in the morning at Obnoxious John on YouTube. But Karl, go see my buddy Ray DeVito in Buffalo tomorrow night at Babeville.
Wait, is he in Buffalo tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, Babeville. Go see Ray DeVito. Everybody.
Why are
and
we
be
not
careful
doing
on the I-90.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to navigate the I-90 like I do. I'll be fine. So, wow, I didn't know that. Why didn't he reach out to me? He should be over at the house doing the podcast.
He doesn't even like you anymore, apparently.
What the fuck?
Well, I think his panties are still in a bunch after DabbleCon 2 because the little bit that I see of Ray, I think he's still upset.
I'm gonna text him after this. I didn't realize he's gonna be in Buffalo tomorrow.
You should.
What in the fuck? Producer Chris says we're going.
Hell yeah.
You know what? I have been laughing too much. I want to go see Ray DeVito tomorrow in Buffalo. That would be a nice change of pace for my normal lifestyle. Very good. So OJ, your buddy Cardiff, obviously off of YouTube, but there will be a potato soup on Rumble on Monday night.
The first ever potato soup on Rumble will be Monday, unless he gets his YouTube back by then.
Right. I mean, you could always simulcast it if you wanted to, in case you lose it again, kind of thing.
Yeah, Rumble sucks.
But will Cardiff be accepting Rumble rants? That is my favorite way to support creators. Okay.
He's a grifter.
Yeah. I will please let Cardiff know that I signed up for Rumble yesterday, just so that I could follow Cardiff.
Or patreon.com/Cardiff Electric. He likes that too.
I signed up there too yesterday, and then
Nice.
you called me a loser. Cardiff called me a jerk for signing up.
Yeah, why would OJ call you a loser? That doesn't make
Well, because he knows that I'm a loser. OJ knows.
Rodrigo says John porn bombed Cardiff from 15 years in the past. Amazing. Very impressive. Rochi, money before funny, always. You got that. Lucy Tightbox, where can people find you? What are you up to?
They can find me on YouTube at Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley, where I review movies. Recently, I did a review of Zardoz with Tony from Hack the Movies. Got some stuff up there with producer Chris. You, Jen, and I, Karl, Jen, and I all did the worst movie ever, Unfrosted. Lots and lots of fun stuff going on.
Okay, time out. You just reminded me of something.
Go on.
We should talk about.
Okay.
As you say, Unfrosted is the worst movie of all time. I'm not going to argue that.
Okay.
However, I watched the movie yesterday.
Go on.
I did a podcast, my good buddy Doug from Good Times, Great Movies.
Amazing.
Last night, we did a show together where we covered the Garbage Pail Kids movie from 1987. So I rewatched that hunk of shit yesterday afternoon in order to take notes and participate in the conversation.
So your standards have changed.
Have you seen that movie?
Not recently.
You have seen it, though?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's shockingly bad. It makes zero sense.
I like that you're just watching all these shitty movies all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's what I've always done that.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
it
kind of
just
my
makes me
thing.
kind of happy.
Well, Jen got Troll 2 from the Great Sea Moose in the mail. We got to watch
Troll
that.
2.
But what I'm really excited to watch is Gotti, starring John Travolta, because John was talking about that. We're going back to Living in the Past with Stuttering John on our Patreon. If you support us on there, you get bonus episodes. We've been doing these shows. We go back to John's 2018 podcast before the Dabbleverse existed, and he was talking about how he was a producer on this movie, but then they were going to get sued, and he didn't want the heat, so he took himself off the producers, and that movie was garbage. It won 7 Razzies.
Yeah.
That year. I haven't seen it yet.
You know, after you guys watch Troll 2, you got to watch the Best Worst documentary, which is the kid who was in Troll 2. He makes a documentary about the horrible filming of that.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
It's incredible.
Oh, good. Okay.
It came out about 10 years ago.
Good.
So it's more modern.
So I guess I won't be going to Buffalo to see Ray DeVito. I got better things to do now.
Things to do. But also you can find me on my Patreon, where I also do popsicle reviews and reviews of anything that gets sent to me in the WATP mailbox. So like I mentioned earlier, we have the Dr. Steve finger coming up. You can watch me diddle myself with that.
Where we can watch you diddle yourself with that on Patreon?
That's accurate.
Wow. All right. So patreon.com/
Once Over with Kaylee, Cayley.
Very good. And of course, whoarethese.com is where you can go to find all things Who Are These podcasts. And support us on Patreon. Sign up for a membership on YouTube. You get the bonus episodes. You get to watch WTP live every Wednesday and Saturday. That's behind the paywall. We set up the link to everyone. If you're a YouTube member, you go to the community tab and you can find the link to any of the bonus shows that we do, as also the live shows as well. Well, guys, this has been another fantastic episode. Looking forward to seeing what happens between John and Chad coming up in the future. I think this is a great rivalry that definitely will end victorious
Clash
for
of
all.
the Titans, they're calling it.
Clash of the Titans is the only way to describe this.
Plunge of the Titans.
Yes.
Sorry, OJ.
Thank you, OJ, for bringing it back.
Thank you. Should have known better. For Christian Bladt, Obnoxious John, and Lucy Tightbox, I have been Karl. Thank you for watching.
Point Dabble